more progress for Cam?
Yes, very much so. Work team drills today. It's like I told you guys. It's just a matter of time. We're going to do what the trainers and doctors say we can do with him. But all intents and purposes for him to get ready for the season. So again, today was a good step. Very positive. A lot of good things happened, and really pleased with his progress.
People outside the organization seem to be maybe pressing the panic button. I've not gotten that sense from you.
No, there's no reason to. Again, we're just listening to what the doctors and trainers say, and they're optimistic as long as we don't have a setback, which we don't anticipate. We're feeling good about where we are right now. So it's very positive.
You used to, with Tom Sorensen, would name your annual camp MVPs. Do you still do that?
No, Tom's not here, so I'm not going to worry about it. I thought it was a good training camp. A lot of guys showed very well. A lot of guys showed very well the other night against the Texans. So I'm pretty excited about who our guys are.
Ron, how would you grade this camp overall and what you accomplished?
I think this was a really good camp. I think we accomplished a lot of the things that we set our minds to. A lot of good things happened. I thought a lot of guys did a lot of good things. As I said, we found out about some players. And coming into this camp with the mentality of trying to make sure we had good depth at specific positions. And we also had to find out who can be playmakers for us on both sides of the ball. So, as I said, some guys showed very well the other night, and very pleased with what we saw.
If there was anything disappointing, might it have been that a couple of rookies didn't get out on the field?
Absolutely. We would have loved to see what we got with Curtis Emmons and Cornell. Those are two young guys we feel that have the ability to help us. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see them. Hopefully, we'll see them coming up pretty soon. They're rehabbing, doing what they're supposed to. So, we should get them back pretty soon.
You're leaving Spartanburg, but is camp really over?
No, I told those guys camp is not over. When we get to North Carolina, we get to Charlotte, camp continues, and that's going to be the mode we get into it until we get ready for the regular season.
Is there anything from that Miami experience 2 years ago that you'll take to Nashville, Ron?
I think more so than anything else is, the whole focus is the practice. It's not to get into any BS or anything like that going on. And, I've talked with Coach Malarkey, and we're going to do the best we can to contain that. We really believe it's a great opportunity for our guys to practice well against each other. It's a new set of people to work against different philosophies and ideas, and it should help the players. And that's, for us as coaches, it gives us a great opportunity to evaluate.
Will you have some live drills like tackle to the ground, or not necessarily?
We're going to control the drills more so than anything else. This is about getting quality work against one another. That's probably the biggest thing.
Ron, there's so much anticipation for Christian in his first camp down here. How did you just feel he handled the whole thing?
I think he handled it very well. I really do. He's a young pro who's learning. Obviously, he comes from good stock in terms of his dad having played in the league. His mom was an All-American in college in soccer, so he's got an athletic background. And then again, he's one of those guys that listens and learns very quickly.
There weren't a lot of flare-ups with you guys in the Dolphins. How did you?
Well, we talked. Before Coach Philbin and I, we talked to each other's team, and really appreciative of the fact that they listen. We told them, guys, this is one of the things where you're going to be evaluated by both staffs, not just your coaching staff's evaluating you, but we are too, because you never know. And there's some, and that's the key. We want to make sure that when we get together and we practice to get something out of it.
I seem to recall that you kind of with Philbin having an unspoken rule, like you don't go sign their guys a week later.
No, you don't do that. But the biggest agreement more than anything else was that that if we got a big flare up that was out of control, we toss those guys for the day. And believe me, I'd have no problem doing that.
Ron, you said the other day you wouldn't mind if Cam didn't play during the preseason games, but what would be your preference?
Well, my preference is for him to be healthy and ready to roll, and whenever that time is, that's what we're going to do.
But is there any disadvantage to not playing in a preseason game?
Not necessarily, and so I think the biggest thing more so than anything else is right out here, as long as we're doing things with an up-tempo, with a good pace, we can get the timing down that we need. But you really can't simulate playing, and that's the big difference.
I was going to say, does that make this week, when you're facing some competition with a team, you'd like to get him out there for that?
Yes, we'd like to get him out there for that. A lot of it's going to depend on how he feels tomorrow and how he feels Tuesday. We're practicing Tuesday. He's going to do pretty much what he did on Tuesday. What he did today, he'll do on Tuesday.
How would you assess where the kicking competition stands?
Well, I'll tell you, the punting is probably where the real difference is. I will say, the real competition is, I'll say, though, Harrison did himself really good the other day in the preseason game. But, again, we still got 3 more games to evaluate.
Does Andy seem like he's still affected by that injury?
No, I think Andy was a little bit rusty, more so than anything else, because you saw him after that first kick get back into his stroke.
Coach, Amini Silitolu left practice yesterday, wasn't out here today.
Yep.
Do you have an update on his
No,
condition?
he should be ready, though. We expect to see him on the practice field on Tuesday.
Okay.
How do you feel about Taylor, the way he's gone at the left side?
I think Taylor's done a nice job. Taylor, we've moved him all over. He's played the right side, he's played the left side, he's played inside, he's played outside for us. he's a young guy I think that's going to be able to help us.
That's good.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Ron.